Oh my god.
Yeah, it's Mr. Diabolical coming at you with another one, another Pimp Cup sessions. I'm gonna talk about foundational Black Americans. Some are still in denial about white supremacy and anti-Black racism. I'm not gonna say all foundational Black Americans are in denial about white supremacy and anti-Black racism coming from these immigrant groups, these white adjacent groups, like these Hispanics, these Arabs, these Italians, these Asians. These East Indian folks, there's a lot of these people that practice anti-Black racism. A lot of Black folks that are not revolutionaries. They love to say everybody ain't racist. I had a lot of Black people tell me that these really are fools. These are Black people that really don't understand that we live in a system of white supremacy. And because they think a couple of, white folks or Hispanic, Latinos, or Arabs, or Asians, or East Indians might be cool, thinking that all these people ain't racist, ain't practicing anti-Black racism. And I really get tired of hearing that from these folks. We really need revolutionaries out here. We need people out here who understand that we live in a system of white supremacy. I'm getting tired of these Black folks saying that everybody ain't racist. The world is changing. The world is evolving. No, the world has not evolved. We are not slaves anymore, but we are still in a system of white supremacy, global white supremacy. And if you live in the United States, we live in a system of white supremacy in the United States. This country was built on white supremacy. It hasn't changed at all. We're just not slaves anymore. We got civil rights. It took us a long time to get our civil rights, and then we still haven't got, reparations from slavery yet. So we are still in a system of white supremacy. I get tired of these Black people. They're telling me that all these people ain't racist. Yes, they are. All these people do practice anti-Black racism on a daily basis, 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I'm sick of these Black folks telling me that. I'm tired of these folks just saying that everybody ain't racist. They want to be cool with everybody. That's why Black people, foundational Black Americans, at the bottom of the totem pole in the United States. We have a racial hierarchy in the United States, and Black people at the bottom with this mindset, this ideology that everybody ain't racist. If you think that everybody is racist, and when they do some anti-Black racist stuff to you, you won't be shocked. Because I have that mindset. Everybody that's non-Black practice anti-Black racism. Everybody does. To me. From my point of view. So when they do some anti-Black racist stuff, I'm not shocked. I already expect them to do some anti-Black racist stuff. A lot of Black people don't expect these people not to be practicing anti-Black racism or practicing white supremacy. These people get shocked by that. You shouldn't get shocked. Everything in the United States is built on white supremacy. Everything. So you shouldn't be shocked if somebody calls you an N-word or does anything to you or say anything to you that's messed up. You shouldn't be shocked. There's videos all over social media when white people calling Black folks the N-word or calling police on Black folks or pulling guns on Black people, running behind Black people because Black folks walking through their neighborhoods. It's all kinds of stuff going on every day. All types of anti-Black racism going on every day. There's a lot of social media videos, a lot of videos on YouTube, X, TikTok, everywhere, Instagram, all these videos every single day about some white supremacists or some wannabe white supremacists adjacent minion saying something about Black folks, doing something to Black people. We ain't bothering nobody. There was a video that I seen. There's some white woman accused some Black person of stealing a wallet when he didn't even steal it. There's a bunch of stuff like this going on every single day, and these Black folks need to wake up and understand that we live in a system of white supremacy. Stop being in denial because you got a couple of white friends or a couple of Mexican friends, a couple of Cuban friends, or some Indian friends, or some Native, like Native American friends, or some East Indian friends, some Arabs. All these people do practice anti-Black racism. They do. They want to come around Black people and smoke weed and get drunk and do, degenerate stuff. We the degenerate party people. They want to come around us to do some degenerate stuff. We're not the degenerate folks. We're not the weed heads, the drug dealers and all that stuff. That's why they come around black people. They think that everybody black does the same thing. I'm not like that. I'm a revolutionary. I'm about ending the system of white supremacy and replacing the system with a system of justice. That's what I'm about. I'm not about hanging around these people trying to play kumbaya with these folks. These people practice anti-black racism on a daily basis. I'm not trying to be these people's friends. I'm not trying to sit around and hang out with these folks. These people, like I said, they practice anti-black racism on a daily basis. These people are not your friends, black folks. Foundation of Black Americans, we have no friends. You might have one person you might be cool with, but, they get around their family probably practice anti-black racism. You know what I'm saying? Black folks, we got to get off there trying to be cool with everybody, trying to be everybody's friend, trying to be accepted by everybody. We don't need acceptance. We need our reparations check. We need a black anti-black hate crime bill. This is what we need. We don't need to be friends with none of these people. I don't want to be friends with none of these folks. I want my reparations check. I want my anti-black hate crime bill. I want all that. I don't want to be friends with none of these people. I don't want to hang out with none of these people. I don't want to smoke weed and get drunk with none of these people. I am a top and up and down revolutionary. I'm the next Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sit there and just be cool with somebody, on the left or the right. None of that. A lot of black people need to get up and wake up and stop thinking that all these people can't be racist. Yes, they are. And once you think and assume some of these people practice anti-black racism, and when they do some stuff or say some stuff that's anti-black racist, you be ready for it and you won't be shocked. Foundation of Black Americans, some of them have to wake up. Now, I ain't saying all of them. There's a lot of Foundation of Black Americans that's on code, but there's still some that out here thinking that ain't no revolutionary, that ain't on code. They ain't about replacing the system of white supremacy. They don't even think we live in a system of white supremacy until something happened to them. Black people, you got to get on code. You have to get on code. It's a lot of Foundation of Black Americans that's on code right now with the delineation movement, with the FBA movement, but there's still some that's lagging behind. The weed head, the alcoholic folks, the party folks, them the ones that's lagging behind. Some of these elderly folks talk about ain't no white supremacy. Okay. You got to wake up. You got to wake up. That's why, like I said, most of the Foundation of Black Americans not waking up to the fullest extent. That's why we at the bottom of the racial totem pole. A lot of black folks don't think that. We got a racial hierarchy in the United States and we at the bottom. We at the bottom because some of these folks' mindset. Foundation of Black Americans, we have no friends. We have no allies. None of these other races of people gonna come help us. All they want to do is come and, steal resources from us, come and party and hang out, get high and get drunk, buy some drugs from black folks and go back to their, rich neighborhoods, they rich white neighborhoods, or they white adjacent neighborhoods ain't no black people living in. We got to stop being the kumbaya folks. We got to be about black empowerment and ending the system of white supremacy. But I'm going to end it there. It's been Mr. Diabolical. I'm a holler.